Alright, this is game 3 here, and there are no events or landmarks or extra cards or anything, just uh old school game of Dominion with 10 action cards and let's go. Which is a bit strange nowadays actually. This doesn't always happen. Not only is it old school game of Dominion with just 10 action cards, it also appears to be fairly straightforward in terms of what you want to do here. You just want to get lots of money and be able to draw it all. Maybe build to double province. Triple, maybe? Definitely double, triple, maybe. Um, the only interesting thing actually here is the use of charm. So the board seems to be tailor-made for charm. Absolutely tailor-made. There's a bunch of 5 costs at the top, 3 2 costs at the bottom, and then 2 4 costs. Beautiful board for charm. The gaining ability, that is, not the wood cutting ability. So it only works when you first buy or the next time you buy a card. I assume that's there just for black market, but whatever. It, practically for this game, it's the first time you buy a card, then you could gain things. So my opponent goes double silver. I'm gonna go pawn silver. I want the pawn as a source of plus buy right away. I'm not sure if I'll have time to pick up a source of plus buy later, so if I have it now, at least look it's in the deck, and it could cycle a little bit. 4 is going to be Plaza, just to try and farm coin tokens a little bit. That'll be helpful. Of course, it is always helpful to have money in the back. I don't know what I'm saying. So 5 here, I have my choice of things, right? Anything in the top 5. What do you want? What do you pick? I was thinking between the draw cards, because I need to draw first before I make use of my charm. Capital, I didn't want capital because I don't need it. I don't need the capital to get anywhere. I have enough money to get the things that I want already. So I'm going to choose the archive over the other 2 draw cards, the lab and the stables, because of cycling. Archive pops 3 cards off the top of your deck. Stables will get you through 3 cards as well, but it does sacrifice some money. And one other thing with the archive is that it is going to provide the stability that you need on this board to make your engine that much more reliable. So that's why I went for the archive first, not the lab. Right now it's about cycling. So if you could cycle a little bit faster, you could hopefully get set up a little bit faster. You're not sacrificing on getting your 5 course. Of course, like I am here, I'm still able to get to 5, fortunately. So, and another archive for me, still on the cycling train, right? And I don't want the stables to cycle just yet. I'd rather have the archive just to pop 3 cards off the top of my deck. It'll also keep like coppers if I need it, so it'll smooth out my draws. So here, like I can take the copper and go for just the money here off the pawn to guarantee myself getting to 5. The Plaza is the last card in the deck, so I don't really want to draw it. Yeah, I don't really want to draw the Plaza. There's no reason for me to. So now that I have a couple archives, I'm going to pick up our stables and start to draw with those instead. So my opponent has also picked up an archive. He went for stables first, and then he came back and got an archive. And so we're just building up with the draw here. Right, this is a little bit unfortunate that I'm not... Oh, I am. I have the coin token, I believe. To get to 5 and more stables, just pouring on these stables here, just trying to stabilize the draw because I want to get to a point where I'm able to use those charms. And actually, at some point in the middle here, I kind of gave up on the game in the sense that all I wanted to do... Oh, capital here for my opponent, right? So like I said, I don't see a use for capital for myself. I have all the money I need to get the cards that I want. There's nothing that I want terribly urgently that I would need to get capital for. So I believe now I tell myself, okay, I can reasonably get 5 coin and a charm in play with the amount of draw that I have in my deck. So let's get 1 charm, right? So I was saying that at some point I my objective here wasn't to win the game, it was to play enough charms so that I could get all 3 draw cards at once. To me, that was the coolest thing in the world you could do here. That's all I wanted to. I wanted to drop 2 charms and play with $5 and say, okay, I'll buy a lab and I'll have a stables and an archive with it. Thank you very much, and move on. That's genuinely all I wanted to do. So not quite there yet. I only have the 1 charm, but I am able to get through quite a bit of my deck. These archives are amazing. These archives are brilliant. They keep stuff out of your shuffle. They smooth out your draws. They're excellent cards, and they're like 2 labs the next time, right? Because you start with 6 card hands. And here we go. I'll take another charm. Thank you very much, and our stables with it. Charm, that gain ability of charm. So here my opponent has the capital and a couple buys. Obviously goes for a charm himself. I think he has 2 now alongside me, and a stables as well. So same buy as me, but he didn't charm it. He didn't charm it out of the kingdom. You know, he just had to use his capital to buy it like normal people. You have to charm the board. And when you charm the board, then it'll give you nice things. I'm just talking junk. Anyways, I think, yeah, here might be the turn where I'm able to use both charms. And all the while, for the last couple turns or so, I'm able to bank up some coin tokens with the plaza, right? So that's exactly what I wanted it for. So here I do consider pushing 1 coin token to pick up maybe another pawn or a candlestick maker. Not the native village. I don't need the actions for anything. No reason I would want that card. And I do push the coin token, and I'm gonna take a candlestick maker. Now I have to buy that second. I have to remember not to mix up the order. So here we go. Lab, archive, and stables. Yeah. And the candlestick maker as well, right? So I believe that I'm a little bit ahead in development here. So hopefully I can develop a bigger stack of coin tokens, and that'll put a little bit of pressure on my opponent. If I have more than he does, maybe I could get a triple province turn somewhere down the road, maybe. But for now we're just gonna keep building, putting in some draw in the deck, some money. Maybe now actually I'm starting to look for gold or something to put into my deck. The charms are lovely, but I need to start adding more buying power into my deck, because you want to get to the provinces eventually, right? And I achieved my goal of going for the lab, stables, and archive, so you know, now I could go back to the actual goal of the game, which is to buy green cards and get more points than the other person. So here is where I do go for the gold. I use 1 charm to gain things because I'm still not drawing the whole deck. So I still need a little bit of draw. Going to pick up lab and stables of 1 charm, and then the money from the other charm gets me up to gold. I spend all my coin tokens to do so, but I don't really have a problem with spending the coin tokens, right? I mean, it would be nice to have a bigger bank than my opponent, but it's not super critical in this game to apply that kind of pressure, especially seeing as I'm a touch ahead, right? And these archives have been absolutely tremendous. They're tremendous cards. They do so much work. Just because of the way they draw, right? They just set aside things and you could choose them at will. It really just smooths everything out. So nice. So nice. So my opponent finishes out these stables here, and he's actually getting to a point where I don't know about this capital for him now here, because he's gonna go into debt some amount, right? And then he'll have to pay it off. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the way I see it, he's always going into 6 debt and then using the capital to pay off the debt. So it's kind of like a neutral card at this point. But I don't know, that might not be the right way to look at things. So again, I'm just barely able to draw the deck here, which means things are going swimmingly. I've added just enough payload and just enough draw. Excellent, excellent. And here, I believe this is the, yeah, like I'm planning to pick up a more draw here and another gold, and then I'll go for provinces. I think by that time I'll be at the point where I can go for double province. Triple seems a little hard to get to. I mean, you could just keep building, right? Just keep pouring on labs and archives and charms and gold, for example. But I think double is good enough. Although, like I always say, there's an argument to when you're ahead, just keep building. There's no reason to do anything else but build. And I don't think the piles are really in danger. And as long as there's one 5 cost, all those charms in your deck actually will convert into duchies. So I could buy a capital, for instance, and then have all 3 charms as gainers, and then gain 3 duchies. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That offers you an opportunity to come back if you are down on provinces. So charm and gold for my opponent alongside a laboratory. So he has 3 charms as well. I have to be cognizant of that. And I also have to be cognizant of the capital, because it can spike his money on a turn and make him have more than you would think he would have, because he's just, yeah, you know what I mean, right? Capital is a lot of money, so if he gets it in play and doesn't have any debt on a turn, it could maybe sneak him up to triple province, who knows. Double province duchy, that seems pretty likely from his deck at this point. So here, yeah, missing a little bit of draw, but I think one of my stables is tied up in the archive. That's totally fine, right? Still have lots of money to do whatever it is I want to do here, and what I want to do here is pick up one province and go for some gaining with the archive. So I'm going to first buy my 5 cost. Have to remember to do that, and then I'll go to buy the province. Generally, if double province is the capacity of both yours and your opponent's decks, you want to get just the one province first, and then you could go double after. Because if you go one, if I go one here and he goes 2, there's 5 left, and I go 2 more, then there's 3 left, and he can't take any more provinces. You know, you sort of catering for the double penultimate province rule, if that makes any sense. So he has a bit of a stall turn, but I'm also gonna have a bit of a stall turn here, which is not great, not great at all, but I still am able to pick up a province, and he actually picks up a charm and a love here, which is real scary, because if I had a proper turn, I could probably empty the piles. Probably empty the piles. I would need to use all my charms as gains and have, what, $10 and 2 buys? That doesn't seem unlikely. But I don't have that good of a turn. I used my archive stables the turn before, but if I should have, had I kept it till this turn, I would not have stalled like this. But hindsight is 2020, right? I wanted that stables then just to make sure I drew through everything, because I knew I was kind of tight on the draw. So I just wanted to make sure I had everything in hand and could do the things I wanted to do. But oh well, this is price I pay for it now. So here, my opponent is actually going to make a very interesting play. It's a pretty scary play. It's intimidating because he's going to pick up a couple more capitals, which is terrifying, because if he's able to play all those capitals, he'll have a lot of money and a lot of buys, and he could probably swing the game in his favor from that point. So he doesn't pick up province at all here. He has to pay off his debt. He goes for charm and capital, so he has extra money. And oh, he does pick up one province. I apologize. He does pick up one province, but not 2. Although I think he had the option to pick up 2 there. So he has what, 4 capitals in his deck now? That's intimidating. What? That's what, 4 sixes are $24 and 4 buys. So by itself, that's triple province. However, he has left the piles quite low, and I'm not gonna stall in the same way that I did last turn. In fact, I don't even need a full turn because he picked up a lab on his last turn. I just need to see 2 charms and $10 and 2 guys. And I'm very close to that at this point. In fact, I'm there right now. So I'm just gonna close out the game here with my 1 province lead and take game 3. So this game was a lot of fun for me because first time actually using charm as a gainer and not as a woodcutter, and it was just an absolutely beautiful board to do it on. I should have maybe gone for like the full 5, right? And I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charms and pick up Archive, Capital, Charm, Lab, Stables, Duchy. I know, I slacking over here, just going for 3. Oh, oh well, maybe next time, maybe next time. So, I actually have enough money to pick up a Duchy along the way too, so there you go, that's game 3 for you, Charm, my first use of it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next game.